The lengthy preparations for his trial, which is still 18 months away, begin. Following his very public breakdown on this programme 10 weeks ago, the once loved presenter was disarmed and taken into custody by the Community Cohesion team. Let's hope doctors can help the once great man. But first tonight, with the war about to enter its 21st week, I'll be chatting with Peter Clement live. Tonight's National Nightly News. Later in the programme, I'm thrilled to say I'll be chatting with mega pop star Lil C, who's going to be treating us to a world premiere of her new single. And then after that, in part 3, we've got something new I promise you won't want to miss. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's coming to us through the magic of television all the way from his home in Landfordshire. Are you receiving me, Prime Minister?
Loud and clear, Miss Wolf. Loud and clear.
Hombre, haciendo ejercicio. Bueno, gente, vamos a continuar donde lo dejamos justo en el anterior capítulo. Y es cuando el reportero se volvió loco, ¿vale? Sé que llevo tiempo sin jugar a No for Broscat, pero bueno, vamos a continuar. Lo cerrará, yo no me disculpo, la verdad. Bueno, tenía opción, recordamos en el anterior capítulo, de no poner la cinta, ¿vale? Creo que es lo correcto. Vale, creo que lo detuvieron. Y eso ha tenido consecuencias, ¿no? Una carga impuesta. Ahora todo se va a hacer con dinero. Pagaremos el tratamiento de mi madre. Todo manejable. Eso vale la pena el precio. Actuación. En fin, aquí lo que mola es el telemaratón, gente. La radio y esas cosas. Vale. Vamos a poner agüita. Bueno. La guerra de los 20. Vale, esto os acordáis que lo cambió, etcétera, etcétera, ¿vale? Vale, que deja quedar. A ver, esto es un poco más moderno, creo que teníamos, ¿eh? No sé en qué época estábamos, ¿eh? Creo que no lo ponía, pero bueno. A ver, Neil Piado, emisión de la guerra. Uff. Vale, kit de capricho. Vale, perdón. Un segundo.
They do know this is the news, don't they?
At 8:30 p.m. it's over to Patrick Bannon
Vale,
for all
tío,
the
no
day's
lo he
sports board highlights, including all the tabletop action from the
Apparently,
semi-finals
there's a crew at Team HQ right now.
The
I think she's doing a speech or something tonight. They'll get it on the news.
It's our nightly
Oh, great.
news.
So they get the brains and we get the
Yeah,
performing
observa.
monkey.
Followed at 9:25.
Fijaos que tiene cada uno lo suyo,
Sometimes you
¿no?
sound just like him, you know.
Ha elegido de reparo,
How
¿vale?
are you?
Brave young ladies battled
Lo de Neil
to survive
inspirado
the cruel administration
para
of our
Navidad,
neighbours.
¿vale?
It
At
is what it is.
11:25,
Y ese
it's
es
in
ese diversión,
sizes.
tu
And
crucero
tonight,
increíble de
Dr.
diversión.
Adrian Atkinson Blimey
I'm
will be
missing
getting his
two.
Vale,
teeth
parece
into
que-
Fiona from Hamble Bambleberry, who has
10
invented a
seconds,
tasty
everybody.
twist on the humble
Rumble
biscuit.
dogs.
And that takes us, after the weather and public information
Going in
film,
5,
into our close down.
He
4.
cambiado al otro,
Three.
a Patrick,
It's
por
time to
Jenny,
join
gente.
Megan and the team for the National Nightly
Good
News.
evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 140th day
Jenny,
of war.
perdona, Megan.
Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade.
El Consejo Mundial.
Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert, unable to work out where or
Mira, esto
when
no-
the next
no
strike will
tienen
come.
en plan-
Proud parents throughout the territory find themselves ever more impressed by the bravery and commitment of their incredible children and the job they're doing keeping supply lines open
tenemos
against
algo.
all possible odds. Don't starve. Advance's food programme moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity. And judging by the looks on this happy family's faces, it can't come a moment too soon. They'll be getting a good meal tonight on the government, just like the rest of us. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success. Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met with relief by the many organisations calling for it to be opened up to the wider community. The transition centres have reported larger than expected numbers, but report that they are coping well and able to provide a complete and meaningful service to all who choose to use it. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card, a worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight. It's up to the other 89% of us to remind our tardy friends that not taking advantage of all the exclusive services available to cardholders is now, as it should be, absolutely criminal. Start me up. Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Mankipool. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination. A representative from the Mankipool Community Cohesion Team described the event as mostly peaceful. But it looks like Disrupt aren't going quietly into the night.
Nosotros somos los
And
que damos
finally
un poco las
tonight.
noticias. Bueno, porque gracias a
Our
nuestro
mutual
poder-
friend. Bail was denied in the High Court today for shamed former National Nightly News anchor Jeremy Donaldson. The presenter will be transferred to new lodgings at Penton Ridge Prison, while the lengthy preparations for his trial, which is still 18 months away, begin. Following his very public breakdown on this programme 10 weeks ago, the once-loved presenter was disarmed and taken into custody by the Community Cohesion Team. Let's hope doctors can help the once great man. But first tonight, with the war about to enter its 21st week, I'll be chatting with Peter Clement live. Tonight's National Nightly News.
Venga, cago en todo, todo me gusta.
Later in the programme, I'm thrilled to say I'll be chatting with mega pop star Lil C, who's going to be treating us to a world premiere of her new single. And then after that, in part 3, we've got something new I promise you won't want to miss. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's coming to us through the magic of television all the way from his home in Landfordshire. Are you receiving me, Prime Minister?
Loud and clear, Miss Wolf. Loud and clear.
Hombre, haciendo ejercicio el
Let's
tío.
start with the
Es
obvious.
maqui-
What's
es
that in
máquina.
your hand, Prime Minister?
Cheeky cow. But yeah, it's true. 75. But yeah, it's true. Drink, and I've got to say, I'm beginning to feel the benefits.
It certainly looks that way.
Well, I made a promise to Mrs. C, and as my old man used to say,
A promise is worth keeping?
something like that, only with assholes.
So, I've heard from my sources that you and the illustrious Mrs. C plan to take your winter break somewhere a little different this year.
That's right, we're planning a walking holiday right here in the territories, which is different for us because, like you, Megan, I've always been a big fan of those warm foreign beaches.
Did you make this decision because of the blockade, Prime Minister?
Well, now that's a good question. Well, as you know, while the blockade has effectively restricted the flow of goods into the country, we and our neighbours have continued to allow unimpeded travel for business leaders, ministers and such. So, although me and the missus could theoretically go to that gorgeous beach I just mentioned, it just doesn't smell much like team spirit to me. After all, as my old man used to say, when life gives you shite, make shite pie.
It works just as well with lemons and lemonade.
No, venga ya.
Prime Minister, maintaining a healthy body like yours at a time of national crisis must require some demanding planning. What's your regime and how do you go about it all?
Well, the truth be told, it's all down to Claude, my infinitely patient personal trainer. He's a man with a plan. I'm just the prat with the fat.
Wow, on that very subject, how are you and Mrs. C handling living on rations?
Well, let me tell you, Megan, back in the 50s, when I worked for you backstage for your Patrick Branning's dad, did you know I did that?
I think everyone knows that, Prime Minister.
Well, what you probably didn't know was that Graham Bannon was a right tightwad, paid the bare bloody minimum and still found every possible excuse he could to dock your pay even further. I remember he once docked me a whole $5 for having an unacceptably smelly lunchbox, type bastard. Anyway, what I'm saying is back then I ate a lot less than I am now, even under rationing. We all did. And let's face it, there are still plenty of people in this country who could afford to lose a little bit of weight.
What are you implying? No, but seriously, Prime Minister, we know you're very busy, but one final question, if I may.
Oh, go on then.
When you get home from a long day, your head full of the territory's hopes and fears, what music do you listen to when you work out to take your mind off things?
Well, I know I've got a bit of a reputation for being an old fuddy-duddy, but I'd be lying if I didn't say there's something about Little C that just demands one's attention.
Well, let's hope you stay watching, Prime Minister, because she is going to be talking and performing live after the break.
Oh, I'll be watching. After all, as my old man used to say, everything's a treat on a boring Friday with nothing but the wind up, you shouldn't. Friday with nothing but the wind up.
Prime Minister.
I think the expression still stands.
Peter Clement, thank you for joining me. I don't know about you at home, but I think there's something kind of inspirational there. I know I feel safer. When we come back, Lil C is going to be giving us the debut performance of her new single, and I'll be getting to meet her as her biggest fan. I don't mind telling you, I'm pretty excited. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back. Gripping stuff.
Was that even news?
I think you forgot to ask him what his favourite number is.
Oh, I must have forgotten that in all the excitement.
So assuming it's not vodka, what do you think's actually in that milk? I reckon it's the tears of his enemies.
You are one disturbed individual.
Bueno, gente. Una es, bueno, pero lo que es que me estaban dando por culo, ¿qué queréis que os diga? Hay una E está bien, ¿no? A 11 minutos, vale. No voy ni a reiniciarlo, gente.
You'll no doubt have spotted the updated mixing disc. You'll need the new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll need applause when the guest enters and before her song. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
A ver, se refiere a estos botones, gente. Pues en fin, yo creo que lo vamos a dejar por aquí. Yo sé que son 11 minutitos, pero lo vamos a dejar por aquí. Creía que era el capítulo final, pero no, ¿eh?
Really does work.
What's the regime?
And my manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves
cara.
this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the
No,
papers
no, estopía,
and
no, nada.
magazines.
No, es en la cara.
Overnight, I went from that like annoying
Claro.
little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow. That
¿Qué
must
está
be
diciendo
bizarre.
esta?
Not really. It was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been estranged.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
Uh-huh. So, this newfound explosion into your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nicer underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Ahora.
Is that right? So, what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again.
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh, do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together
Me cago
and
en
it's
su
out
muerto.
tomorrow.
So soon, after the last one.
Oh yeah, I've actually released 2 albums since lunchtime. And a clothing line during this. See, this is called Cry for Help, and it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops. And it's out now. So girlies, you know what to do. Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
Ooh, there she goes. Blimey. All these projects, they're keeping you very busy, aren't they? It must be tough.
Yeah, it can get tough and I hate it sometimes and I hate myself. I just want to like cry into a bath of root veg. But then I think thousands of girls would do anything to be me, so I must be quite lucky.
Well, you know you don't have to do this though, don't you?
Yeah, I do think that sometimes. Most nights between like my 4th vodka and the 8th time a stranger slaps me around the arse. I think things could have been different, you know, like better. But I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I did. I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I'd press record on my cassette. But then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Oh, sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough. And sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, "Make Quagler proud, and you might just survive childbirth."
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it,
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. But you know what, it's actually all right. And don't worry,
Luego
all
nos
my
decimos que el
work is
reggaetón.
team
Puñetera
approved.
canción de los
All
cojones.
right then, well,
no,
you
no,
can go and
no,
get ready
no.
for that. We'll see you
¿Qué
in a little
título,
bit.
tío?
It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear